Hi, welcome to today's 10-minute tune-up, a short break in your day to get you centered and ready to move on with your day. So something happened to me recently that's happened to me many, many times, and this is when I have kind of a menial task to do at my computer, kind of something like organizing a spreadsheet or something like that. I'll throw on a podcast and I'll be trying to listen to people talking while I'm also trying to do something else. And then I find that minutes or maybe tens of minutes go by and I have no idea what the podcast is saying. And I also haven't done my job very well. So when I'm trying to do two different things at the same time, it rarely, I'm going to say it never works out well for either of the tasks. So today, I'd like to work on doing one thing at a time. And for these 10 minutes, that one thing is to breathe and move. I know I just said two things, but we have to do those two things at the same time anyway. So we're going to be focused mindfully on each movement that we do and on each breath that we take. And so we're going to try to let go of any extraneous thoughts, any kind of streams of a worry in our mind or to-do lists, and we're just going to focus here on our bodies. Then we can move those practices out into our daily life. So when I am doing the next task at hand, I'm not going to distract myself and I'm going to try my hardest to focus on that one thing. And let's see if I can work a little bit better. And I hope you'll join me with that as well. So for now, sit comfortably in your seat. Hands can rest in your lap, shoulders away from your ears, head up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes when you're ready. Settle into this space wherever you are in the world. Settle into this shape that you've created with your body. And observe what's going on in your mind. Slow down your breath, lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Trying to sit a little bit taller as you breathe in. And trying to relax a little bit more as you breathe out. And just over these next few breaths, see if you can start to let go of any thoughts that are running around in your mind. I love to use the exhales as a way to visualize my thoughts kind of leaving my body. So you breathe in, you're breathing in positive energy. As you breathe out, you're letting go of something that you don't need to be thinking about right now. We practice this here because our minds are wanting to do stuff all the time. Even when we're trying to do something else, our minds are wanting to churn and to think. So we're just retraining our minds not to think so much, not to try so hard, to even try to embrace and enjoy those moments in time where there's nothing going on up there. Someone might say that's boredom, but I say that's walking towards a little peace, a little calm. Slow, steady breaths in and out of your nose. Paying attention to each breath you take and each part of the breath. So you're inhaling, you're sitting tall. You're exhaling, you're trying to relax. And while we breathe and sit, we're just going to add a little movement with the head. So as you breathe in, lift your chin up. And as you breathe out, move your chin down. It's a very simple movement. Just try to link your breath with those movements. Inhale, chin moves up. Exhale, chin moves down. And just keep going at your own pace. It's always okay if you're off my count a little bit. We're stretching the throat, we're stretching the back of the neck, but really what we're doing is mindful movement, trying to link each breath with the movement. And that's the only thing you need to focus on right now. So if there's still thoughts running around your mind, just continue to let them float away. Just a few more head nods. Inhales, the chin lifts up. Exhales, the chin moves down. Working on letting go of anything extraneous and simply focusing on this simple movement, the simple breath. Do your last head nod here and go slow. There's no rush to finish. And lift your head to neutral. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Good. Reach your arms up in the air. Just slowly wiggle your fingers, stretch out your arms, and you'll grab your left wrist with your right hand when you're ready. Sit tall and even lengthen that left side by lifting up on the wrist. Inhale. Exhale, lean to the right. Let's hold for a few breaths, and I want you to really move your attention through the left side of your body. So what feels good? What can you adjust a little bit? For me, I can pull my left shoulder away from my left ear a little bit, and I can relax my head and face a little more. I'm noticing a stretch through the arm, and then where the arm connects to the torso, and then down through the ribs. And with this last breath, I think I can curve a little deeper. On your next inhale, sit upright, reach both hands up. You can wiggle those fingers out again. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and lift up. Find that length. Inhale. And exhale, curve to the left. Now spend a few breaths exploring the right side of your body. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? And those places that don't feel so good, can you adjust a little bit? Can you make yourself a little more comfortable? As you hold and get deeper into the pose, maybe you can try to curve a little bit more. No pain, but we do want to feel sensation. So dig into that sensation. On your next inhale, sit upright, reach your arms up and look up. Try to touch the ceiling with your fingers, maybe wiggle out your fingers and slowly allow the arms to float down. Let's stand up slowly, push down into your feet and slowly rise up. Come behind your chair. Hands to the chair, step the left foot back for a high lunge. Bend the back knee and try to drop that left knee towards the floor. It's okay if it doesn't touch the floor, but you want to feel that downward energy at the same time the chest is lifting up. Breathe slowly in and out of your nose, paying attention to each breath that you take. Keep the hips this low, and actually let's bring our hands to the hips. That'll help solidify the hips where they are in space, and slowly, mindfully, try to straighten your back leg. Pull your belly in so your core stays strong. Oftentimes when I say straighten the back leg, that makes people lift the hips up. So I'm trying to have you keep the hips settled down and slowly straighten the back leg. It's okay if that leg never gets straight. I want you to really focus on the hips staying where they are, and then work on straightening the back leg as much as you can. Once you feel like you have your back leg as straight as you can get it, you can raise one or both arms up into the air and possibly look up. 2 or 3 more breaths here, focusing on your breath and how the breath affects the pose. Can you feel a little bit taller and more open as you breathe in? A little more settled and grounded into the feet as you breathe out. Last breath. To come out, bring your hands to the chair. Step forward mindfully, push off the back toes and bring the left foot forward. Let's do the other side. Hands to the chair. Slowly send the right foot back for a high lunge. The right toes are on the ground, the left foot is on the ground, the left knee is bent. Gaze forward, shoulders away from your ears. Bend the right knee, and you're trying to drop the right knee down towards the ground, and notice how the hips move down also. That's what we're going for. We're trying to keep the hips low today. Hands can stay on the chair, but if you'd like, you can bring hands to the hips, and I find that just helps me bring my attention there. And I want my attention on my hips as I slowly straighten the right leg. Remember, any amount. You don't have to go fully straight. Work that back leg, and when you feel like it's set, you can raise one or both arms into the air, and you could look up. We'll take a few breaths here in a high lunge, feeling that light and airiness when you breathe in, feeling that steadiness and that grounding energy as you breathe out. Paying attention to each breath, and when you notice a thought or something distracting coming into your mind, Acknowledge it and slowly breathe it out. Let it go. Come back to the present moment. Last breath here. Slowly bring your hands back to your chair. Mindfully step forward and shake out your legs. Stand behind your chair, arms by your sides. Bring your arms behind you. Arch your back and look up. You can stay like this, or you can clasp your hands into a fist and pull the fist down towards the ground as you lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulder blades towards each other. Open your chest, open your belly. Move your hips forward a little bit as your hands pull down and back. Last breath. Slowly lift your head, stand upright, and release your arms. Come back into your seat. Plant your feet and slowly sit down into your chair. Hands in your lap, close your eyes. Come back to noticing your breath in and out of your nose. Practicing paying attention to one thing at a time. We're so used to wanting to multitask, to be uber productive. We can do multiple things at the same time and get them all done in record time. But I find that when I try to do that, nothing gets done very well. So I'm going to practice in these 10 minutes paying attention to my body and my breath, letting go of everything else. And after class, I'm going to see if that attitude, that practice helps me in my work tasks or in whatever else I have to do for the rest of the day. So make a commitment to yourself to practice not only during class, but outside of class as well. Every time you inhale, can you sit a little taller? Every time you exhale, can you relax a little bit more? Practice paying attention to each part of the breath. The inhale, how does it make you feel? The exhale, how does it make you feel? Those little pauses where the exhale turns into the inhale, or the inhale turns into the exhale, how do those little pauses make you feel? Relax the muscles of your face. Relax your shoulders and your hips, your fingers and your toes, and just take your last few breaths here, enjoying this sense of peace and calm that you've created in your body. I'll try to carry that sense of peace and calm with you as you move through the rest of your day. We'll end with a big breath together. When you're ready, take an inhale through your nose and sit tall. Open wide and let it all go. Take your time coming out of your meditation and open your eyes, wiggle your fingers or toes, take a little stretch, and move on with your day mindfully and calmly. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.